Hi, hi everyone. So in the last class, we saw about the packing efficiency of simple unit cell, and we have calculated the packing efficiency also. And here, in case of simple unit cell, the cell is 52.4% of approximately 52.4% was packed, and 47 point means 6% was empty, right? And this much it was packed. That means 52.4% it was packed, and approximately 47.6% it was empty, right? So in the last class we had saw this packing efficiency in case of simple unit cell. So again, the very important part among these three, as I said, anyone can be asked in your main examination. So let us see about the packing efficiency in BCC type of unit cell, right? In BCC, right? The same question they ask, like calculate the packing efficiency in BCC. This is also for 3 marks. So here we will see again what is the packing efficiency and how much percent it is packed and how much it is empty. So let us take a BCC unit cell first. So in BCC, that means they have asked to calculate the packing efficiency in BCC type of unit cell. So thus, while writing the solution or answer, we first need to, what we need to do is we need to draw the diagram, right, which is very important. So once the diagram is clear, then it will be very easy for us to explain the packing efficiency, right? So now let us see before going to the directly into the solution. So one we will see what is BCC. So BCC is a type of unit cell in which the constituent particles are present at the corner as well as at the, I mean, one atom is present exactly at the center of the body. So here, this is very important for us to understand this cell, right? This cell diagram is very important. Why? Because here two triangle will be created. I mean, after saying this, we can imagine the triangles. I mean, two triangles will be, according to Pythagoras theorem, two triangles will be created. So see here, so these three, I mean, this constituent particle, I mean, center one, not this one, right? Irrespective of that, we have to draw like this, and there is a imaginary line over here like this. There is a imaginary line. It will not be so clear, but you can imagine. See, I'll explain you by taking a one box, right? See, there is a box, right? So here, what we need to do is just you imagine there is a atom somewhere over here. I mean, exactly at the center of this unit cell. You can imagine center means like center. So if it is present exact somewhere we are sitting over here. I mean, if you imagine like this, then the atom is here. That means if I start considering the constituent particle from this bottom, I mean from this corner, then definitely what I need to do from here to here, right? So that's what I did, right? From here there is a, why? Because there must be a connection, right? Again, what we need to do, see, half of the distance is nothing but r. So from here to here for this constituent particle there is a r, And now from here, that means there is a atom exactly at the middle. So thus from here to here there is one R, and from here to here there is one R. For this constituent particle there is a R, right? Understood? That means for this unit cell there is a half of the distance. The outer distance we won't require, so that's why I left like that only. So what we require is, we require the distance or the half of the distance of this unit cell itself. So thus from here to here there is one R, and for this middle atom, one R from here, I mean half of the distance from here to here there is a one R, and then there is a one more R from here to this end. And now for this there is a 1R. And now you give the names A, B, C and D. Now the complete distance between corners is nothing but A. That means from B to C there is a two corner, thus from here to here there is one A. And now from C to D there is one more A, that means edge length one we can say. After doing this, one we can imagine there are two angles will be created. So see first angle, that means say for example ABC, angle ABC. If I draw like this, then A, this is B and this one C. ABC, triangle ABC, and then we can say triangle ABC, and then one more triangle. See, from ACD, I mean ACD, triangle ACD, right? Like this, ACD, one more upper angle. So that means triangle ACD. So this is little trickier here, but you can easily understand by doing so. And if you have any doubts, let me know later. So for now, extent you just understand there are two angles, right? And so now first we need to start from the thing that is the definition of BCC. What is the definition of BCC? In BCC, since the atoms are present, since the constituent particles are present at corner as well as at center, right? So this is the definition, and then we will move towards the number of atoms. In BCC we already calculated. The second point is, in BCC the number of atoms is equal to how much? 2. So this is the thing we have to mention first. That means what is the unit cell we have to explain, and then the number of atoms present in that particular unit cell. After doing these two directly, we can move towards this, right? So this is the first thing. In the last class also we did same thing for simple unit cell. So here also we are doing the same thing. So now take triangles. Already we know there are two triangles, that is triangle ABC and triangle ACD. So first let us take triangle ABC. According to Pythagoras, so AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now check here. So A to C we don't know, right? We need to calculate. So leave that like that only. That means AC square is equal to AB, means what is there in between A and B? There is a A, so there is a square, so therefore A square. B to C, there is one more A, that means again A square. So thus A square plus A square, 2A square, right? And that means AC square is nothing but, what is the value of AC? That is 2A square. So now there is one more angle for us, that is triangle ACD, right? I mean triangle ACD, again according to Pythagoras, AD square is equal to AC square plus CD square, right? So A to D, now you check. A to D, there are how many R's? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So thus 4R whole square. What is AC? AC is already we got the value of AC, that is 2A square, directly we can put, and then CD square is nothing but again A square. So now 4 4s are 16, 16 R square. Now 2A plus A, 3A square, right? 3A square. So now what we require? We require R value. So that means R square, there is a 3a square as it is divided by 16. So now, so here R square, I will write correctly, R square is equal to 3a square divided by 16. So now we need just R. So thus R is equal to root 3a divided by 4 4s are 16. So this is our R value, root 3a divided by 4. So again, if you want, you can check it here. So in BCC, there are two angles, right? One is, there are two triangles. One is ABC, triangle ABC, and one more is ACD, triangle ACD. According to that, we just move, right? So now ABC means AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So AC square we don't know, we need to calculate AC square. So now keep as it is. So now E is equal to, in between A and B, AB square is nothing but in between A and B there is a edge length. So thus A square plus again B to C, again a edge length between two constituent particles. So thus again a square. So now AC square is equal to, directly with one we can say A square is nothing but 2A square. So this is how we got AC square value. So now once if we got AC square value, then one we can move directly to the one more triangle, that is triangle ACD. So in triangle ACD, AD square is equal to AC square plus CD square. So now already we know what is AD square. In between A and D, how many R are there? There are 4R whole square, which is equal to AC square. Already we got the value 2A square. Put that same value, 2A square plus what is CD square? C to D, there is again an edge length, so thus A square. So now 4 4s are 16, 16R square, which is equal to 2A plus 1A, 3A square. So now what we need, we need a radius, right? So thus what I did, I took this R outside and then there is a into, so that's why this 16 will come directly into the denominator. So now what we require, we don't require this R square. What we require is, we require R. So thus R is equal to root 3 directly, and then root and square will get cancelled. So thus A divided by 4 4 is 16, root 16 value will be 4, right? So now after having this value, directly one we can move to the our main formula, that is, I will rub this also, right? So now we don't require this. So now directly one we can move towards the packing efficiency formula. That's all. So this is solving the methods, how to solve these problem. After solving, directly one we can go with the packing efficiency formula. What is our packing efficiency formula? Number of atoms in a unit cell into 4 by 3 pi r cube whole divided by a cube into 100, right? So now number of atoms. Number of atoms means, don't forget we are in BCC. BCC means how many number of atoms are there in the BCC? 2 into 4 by 3 pi value we can put 3.14 into R. R value already we got. So what is R value? root 3a divided by 4 whole cube whole divided by a cube into 100. So now a cube get cancelled, right? A cube get cancelled, and then if you simplify this, then definitely see here 2 into 4 by 3 into 3.14 into root 3 by 4 whole cube. So for solving this, you do one thing. First you take a root 3 value, and then that root 3 value you divide it with the 4. Then whatever the value will come, you cube it, right? You multiply 3 times, definitely it will come. And nearly what we get is nearly 68%. I mean, approximately 67.6 or 7, like we will get approximately. So thus you can put this as, I mean, 68%. So that means in BCC we have, I mean, 68% it is packed, and the rest, I mean, 32% will be what? Empty. So this is about our BCC, right? So if you get any doubt, please do ask, right? So why? Because in this scenario, I can explain this much only, right? During the classes, again, we will definitely we will go again with this, right? Don't worry. Anyhow, if you get any doubts again, then you people are very free to ask the doubts, right? So this is all about today's class. In the next class, we will see the last part, that means the packing efficiency, or last part of this packing efficiency, that is FCC, and then we will move to the density problems. So during next class, right? So this is all about today's class. Thank you.